Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we're diving deep into the world of wet cell batteries. These powerful workhorses are the backbone of many applications, from cars and motorcycles to UPS systems, and even solar power setups. In this video, we'll explore everything you need to know about wet cell batteries. We'll cover the basics like how they work and what they're made of. We'll also delve into more advanced topics, like maintenance, charging, and safety precautions. Whether you're a seasoned mechanic or just starting to learn about batteries, this video has something for you. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's get started. What is a wet cell battery? A wet cell battery, also known as a flooded lead-acid battery, is a type of rechargeable battery that contains an electrolyte solution in a liquid form. This solution is typically composed of sulfuric acid and water, and it plays a crucial role in the battery's operation. How do wet cell batteries work? During the charging process, the electrical current causes a chemical reaction within the battery. This reaction converts lead sulfate on the battery plates into lead dioxide on the positive plate and pure lead on the negative plate. Simultaneously, the sulfuric acid in the electrolyte solution becomes more concentrated. When the battery discharges, the reverse chemical reaction occurs. Lead dioxide and lead react with the sulfuric acid, producing lead sulfate on both plates and water. This reaction releases electrical energy, which is used to power various devices. Types of wet cell batteries. There are two main types of wet cell batteries: starter batteries. These batteries are designed to deliver a high burst of power for a short period, typically used to start internal combustion engines in vehicles. Deep cycle batteries. These batteries are designed to provide a sustained level of power over a longer period, often used in applications like solar power systems and electric vehicles. Advantages of wet cell batteries. High power output. Wet cell batteries can deliver a significant amount of power, making them suitable for applications requiring high starting currents. Low cost. Compared to other battery technologies, wet cell batteries are relatively inexpensive. Easy to maintain. Wet cell batteries require regular maintenance, such as checking the electrolyte level and adding distilled water. But the process is straightforward. Disadvantages of wet cell batteries. Heavy. Wet cell batteries are typically heavier than other battery types due to the liquid electrolyte solution. Bulky. The size of wet cell batteries can be a limiting factor in some applications. Need for ventilation. Wet cell batteries release hydrogen gas during charging, requiring proper ventilation to prevent explosions. Limited lifespan. Wet cell batteries have a shorter lifespan compared to other battery technologies. Applications of wet cell batteries. Wet cell batteries are widely used in various applications, including automotive, starter batteries for cars, trucks, motorcycles, and other vehicles. Marine, starting and auxiliary power for boats and other marine vessels. Industrial backup power for critical equipment in factories, hospitals, and other facilities. Renewable energy, energy storage for solar power systems and wind turbines. Safety precautions for wet cell batteries. Wear protective gear. Always wear gloves and safety glasses when handling wet cell batteries. Avoid sparks and flames. Keep sparks and flames away from the battery, as the hydrogen gas released during charging can be explosive. Do not overcharge. Overcharging can damage the battery and shorten its lifespan. Dispose of properly. Wet cell batteries contain hazardous materials and should be disposed of responsibly at designated recycling facilities. Conclusion. Wet cell batteries are a reliable and cost-effective energy storage solution for various applications. While they require some maintenance, their high power output and affordability make them a popular choice for many users. By understanding their characteristics and taking proper safety precautions, you can ensure the safe and efficient operation of wet cell batteries. The first step in maintaining your wet cell battery is to check the electrolyte level. This is the fluid that allows the battery to conduct electricity, and it needs to be at the correct level for the battery to function properly. You can check the electrolyte level by looking at the markings on the side of the battery. If the level is low, you will need to add distilled water to bring it up to the correct level. The terminals of your wet cell battery are the points where the battery connects to the electrical system of your vehicle. It is important to keep these terminals clean and free of corrosion. You can clean the terminals with a wire brush or a piece of sandpaper. Be sure to disconnect the battery before cleaning the terminals. The connections between the battery and the electrical system of your vehicle should be tight. Loose connections can cause the battery to malfunction. You can tighten the connections with a wrench. Be sure to disconnect the battery before tightening the connections. If you are not going to be using your wet cell battery for an extended period of time, you will need to store it properly. The best way to store a wet cell battery is to keep it charged and in a cool, dry place. You can also store the battery in a plastic bag to help prevent it from drying out. When your wet cell battery reaches the end of its life, you will need to dispose of it properly. Wet cell batteries contain lead and acid, which are hazardous materials. You should never dispose of a wet cell battery in the trash. Instead, you should take it to a recycling center or a hazardous waste disposal facility.